Hi everyone, this is Lady T with your Cancer Shadow and Magic reading for August 2022. Before we get started, I want to say thank you to anyone who supports me on any channel, any platform. I appreciate everything that you do, and I do hope that the messages that I give you are um, positive guidance for you to navigate these interesting times. Um, the different decks that I'm using today is the Shadow Tarot, as well as the Shadow Oracle here, and those are both by uh, KJ Beck 1111. I also have the Shadow Work Oracle deck, which is this deck in the middle here, and that's by Total Divine. I have the Evil Eye deck over here, which is the bottom portion here, and that's on magic.com, and it's created by King of Aloha. I saw this deck, the Evil Eye deck, on Saving Grace 999 when I was watching their reading one day, and I just really liked it. Plus, I like her readings in general, but I just thought the deck was interesting, so I decided to combine it today, because what we don't understand is that we can inadvertently be putting magic on other people by the things that we do, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in just a moment. But also, people can be putting magic on you all the time and you're not even aware of it because you're, either too high vibe or you have a strong support team around you that's blocking it. But either way, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to do your tarot reading first. So here in the center here, we have the Two of Cups. So basically, maybe feeling a little bit out of balance, like something's not quite right, because you have out of sync, disharmony, and miscommunication. So perhaps things that you are saying to people are being misconstrued and misunderstood. And so that's really throwing you out of balance when it comes to even your internal talk to yourself is the message that I'm getting there, as well as to others. So that's really throwing your relationships out of balance right now. We've got the Four of Wands crowning you, which speaks to transition, inner peace, and conflict with others. Excuse me. So, really just wanting stability, but things are changing all around you. And so, really seeking some inner peace at this time, and really trying to avoid conflict with others is what I'm getting there. Now we have the undermining energy, which is the Nine of Cups, which is really, trying to stay high vibe, but being sort of stuck in this pessimistic kind of mentality, standing in your ego with false pride, or feeling let down, disappointed in some kind of way. Now, here we have what led up to this, and we have the King of Wands, and it says greed, ego driven, lacks follow through, which seems to be a little bit in sync with some of the other cards that you've gotten. So inconsistent, right, with the lacks the follow through, ego driven, being too much in your ego, and in this, also even with the card here, with your Nine of Cups with the false pride. A lot of times when we're standing in our ego, it's a sense of loss of control. It's a sense of fear that is driving that underneath. So you really want to take a look at where is that really coming from. And I'm sure that the rest of the reading will help you, help give some insight as well. So here we have the Fool energy, which is somebody who's willing to take a new chance on something. But the question here is, are you doing this out of recklessness? Are you trying to be irresponsible? And really asking yourself, should I be a little bit more cautious here? And those are things for you to really take a look at. Your other oracle messages are, drama and attention. Are you in a situation that is filled with drama? Are you causing drama to get attention? Or someone causing drama around you to get attention? And again, you can, flip these any way that they apply. It could be you, it could be someone towards you, kind of thing, right? We've got next attachment and trapped. So really feeling perhaps trapped in a situation, can't see your way out of it, kind of thing. Feeling like that you don't have that control. And that could be also kicking back over here to why you're in your ego right now. And also perhaps the inconsistent behavior. We've got whirlpool or cycles. So really going through, another cycle of something right now is what I'm getting. So really, paying attention to the patterns in your life and doing that life review and being like Sherlock Holmes when it comes to, okay, let's take a look at this. What is going on here? This is not what I want from my life. I really need to take some time to really do the work and really drill down underneath the initial feelings, underneath the superficial stuff, and get to the root of things. Okay. So we have mindset and we have scarcity and we have abundance. So if you have a mindset of scarcity, that is definitely impacting your abundance. So that could be a blockage for you there. We also have perception camouflage. So really, the camouflage card to me in my mind always comes up as you're trying to hide something or you're trying to hide from something, maybe perhaps even yourself walking around in denial kind of thing. We all do it at any point in our life, especially if we're, afraid to do the shadow work. We want to hide from ourselves. We want to walk around in denial. Or you are maybe perhaps needing to change your perception because maybe your perception is off. I mean, especially since you had the out of sync over here in the center energy there for you. We have solitude and cave. And again, next to the camouflage, that tells me that you do need to spend some time in solitude. You need to go into your inner cave, which is your mind, which is your emotions, which is the shadow of you, to really take a look at what's going on with you. What are these cycles about? What is this mindset of scarcity about? What is underneath it? And then we've got hot and cold, inconsistent. Second message here about perhaps your behavior or someone else's behavior towards you. And then we have excuse me, somebody's throat chakra is blocked too because I'm having to clear my throat. And I started this not to say that I didn't have my own issues before I started, but this is like definitely picking up as I'm doing these readings. So we've got dynamic and we've got push and pull. So maybe perhaps you are in a situation. Usually push and pull energy is about power struggles. It's usually involved in a relationship where you have two people who are very strong, who are potentially stubborn, who are potentially both in their ego, and there's a push and pull kind of dynamic to the relationship. And you really don't want that because that does lead to miscommunication. And if someone doesn't recognize that push pull kind of thing going on in the relationship, it can really end badly. The other thing that I get with that, push and pull is usually a dynamic associated with, twin flame relationships, the chaser runner kind of thing. There's also, can happen in soulmates, but typically it's more associated with twin flames because the twin flame journey itself is unique. So we'll keep it moving. Next, we have greed. Second message of greed. You had it over here with the King of Wands as well. You are too attached to things in an excessive way. Nothing good comes of it. So really taking a look at where that greed comes from. And also brings me right back to this mindset about scarcity. A lot of times when we feel like we don't have enough, we overdo it when we do have some money. So really looking at that and looking at what is underneath that greed. Is it that you feel like, okay, I got to hold on to everything, and I have to accumulate everything to impress people, to please people, to make people like me? Or is it more about just feeling like you need to do this for some reason? You're going to have to really drill down to get to what that reason is. What is that greed about? Sometimes it also has to go back to childhood and your childhood and the feeling of lack in your childhood as well. So here we have suspiciousness is a quality of distrust and disbelief. Give yourself reasons why you feel this. So if you are suspicious right now, what is that about? Why do you distrust? Why do you not believe? And that this could be related to your relationship with spirits, is another thing to take a look at. We have inconsistent, another message of inconsistent. How many times have we had that? 3 times now, because we had it over here as well. Inconsistent. Think about your thoughts, your actions, routines, and your routines are inconsistent. Does it serve you well on a daily basis? So really learning to have some discipline in your life is what's being brought to the table here, because being inconsistent is really being not showing up for yourself, not being committed to you. Has nothing to do with anybody else at this point because we're talking about you. Superficial, you care too much about outward appearances. Start with your inner work, your value, your self esteem, your personality. Because, even though you're standing in this, hey, superficial place, it probably deep down inside, you're probably not feeling worthy. You're probably not feeling the persona or the mask that you're wearing that you present to the world. Oftentimes we put on a mask because we don't truly feel that way about ourselves. We are putting on a mask for the world to present a certain way. And in all honesty, it's usually something within us that's causing us to do that. It's usually acceptance, it's the need to, be approved by the outside world, people, et cetera, et cetera. We also have emotionally overreacting. You are overthinking, which is causing a flood of unnecessary emotions. So really taking a look at what you are overthinking about, and maybe really taking some time to release that overthinking. Distract yourself by doing something that brings you joy, something that makes you feel good. Whenever you have those negative emotions, whenever you start overthinking, do something to distract yourself. Look on YouTube for different ways to do that. There's plenty of stuff out there. I love Mel Robbins. She has a lot of quick things that you can do about that too. So I would look at her. We have resentful. Think loving thoughts for the person or yourself that you resent. It's restricting your emotional happiness. So, where is this resentment coming from? Why are you resenting? Usually, when we're jealous, when we're resentful, or have any of those kind of feelings, it's because we feel like somebody else has something that we want, and so therefore, we those emotions come up because somewhere deep down inside of us, either we don't feel we are worthy of it, or we'll never get it, kind of thinking, or I can never achieve that, or a variety of emotions come up with that. We've got prejudice. What if you were categorized into a group and given attributes that were false without truly knowing who you are? And really, this is asking you to examine your prejudice. Have you done this to others? Are people doing this to you? So, and it's not a good feeling to be put into a group and have people categorize you a certain way, and it's not true. But it happens every single day. We do it to each other all the time. Fearful, a learned behavior that can be unlearned. Also, a low vibrating feeling that creates limitations for you and future happiness. So, really understanding fear. The acronym that I learned a long time ago was false evidence appearing real. And when you're in fear, it's because you don't feel safe a lot of times, right? Something about your safety is being questioned. Your ego also acts up when you're in fear because it just sort of magnifies that situation and exaggerates it even more. So again, you've had a lot of cards that are talking about you being in your ego. So your ego is really messing with you right now. That's what I'm getting there. Okay, so and really, a lot of this is counteracting these emotions by changing your routine, showing up for yourself, working on whatever it is that is making you feel unworthy, uncovering the root of those of that is going to help you um, very much. However, you want to, and you may also find that there's other things, because I know when I was doing my stuff, I would find one thing in this area and I'd be working on that, and then that would uncover two, three other things. So remember, healing is not a one and done. It's a lifelong journey, and when I say lifelong, I do mean lifelong, because as you learn more, you are going to learn more about yourself. So always keep learning and growing. Now, the reason why I pulled the magic cards, I do want to say that I was, one of my children had mentioned a book to me called The Four Agreements. And the reason why I decided to do the shadow and magic reading to begin with was because when I was paying attention to the four agreements, the first agreement is be impeccable with your word. And what I thought was very interesting when they talked about that is how words have power. When you are speaking good into somebody's life, that's a spell. And so we talk about magic, and we think, okay, you've got to do things like voodoo, and you've got to, do things like candle magic and stuff like that to put magic on people. But you have to also understand that even on a deeper level, that we put magic on people by the things we say, the things we think, that because we have an intention, we have the energy behind those things. And we can be doing magic on people and not even being aware of it. So that's why I decided to do this. And the Four Agreements book is by Don Miguel Ruiz. And I really do encourage you to really take a look at that. I didn't read the book. I actually went on YouTube and watched the videos related to that. And I went through all the different parts and chapters in all of the agreements. It's really very interesting. And I do encourage you to take a look at that. So now we have what kind of magic are you putting out there, or someone putting out there to you? The first one we have is take a spiritual bath to break curses, remove any negative vibes that have been sent your way. Now, when I do a spiritual bath, I actually have spiritual stuff, spiritual bath herbs and things that I do put in my bath water. But if I don't have that, I do things like lavender. Epsom salt, and you can use sea salt as well. So just some ideas. You don't have to like get real fancy with it unless you want to. But I will tell you that a lot of the spiritual bath products out there are really, really smell good. And they're just, they do help to really raise your vibration. Next we have love binding spells. Someone is working to have you soul tied to them. So yeah, somebody's working overtime. We've got pity parties. Someone is going through tough times and wants you to experience the same thing. So somebody, misery loves company. So somebody wants you to join in on their fun and their pity party. We also have spirit team. Your spirit team has your back right now. You are not alone. Okay, so just understanding that, like I said to you before, if you're not feeling the effects of the magic, or you're feeling a slight effect of it, it's typically because your spirit team has stepped in and they are handling that. And if you are in communication with spirit, and your spirit team, your ancestors are around you, kind of thing, you pretty much know that already anyway. And here we have candle magic. Someone has been doing candle magic work on you. As the flame burns, their energy increases. So you have somebody who's trying to steal your energy via candle magic. And again, candle magic, anything can be magic. So I just want to say that again. Anything that you put your intention into, it's your energy, it's your intention, it's your power going into the thing. And that's really where the magic comes from. So just remember, you can be manifesting all kinds of things in your life, or someone else's, by the things that you do and where you put your energy and intention. So keep that in mind. We have block removing. Whatever was holding you back has been or is being removed. So again, your spirit team is trying to tell you they've got your back and they are handling it. We've got backfire. Dark energy sent your way will be turned back on the sender of failed attempts. So again, they're letting you know, yes, things have happened. And the last one is love attacks. Someone is attacking your love relationships. They want to disrupt all areas of your love life, platonic and romantic. So they're really trying to come after you when it comes to relationships, which really is in sync with your reading, because you started out with the Two of Cups. Now the Two of Cups is a decision, and sometimes it speaks to, the Two of Cups regarding a relationship. So you can see here by some of the emotions that you're in, that your relationships are definitely being attacked, and you yourself are being attacked. Now, whether you are staying in that low vibe energy and allowing those attacks, because that's how people attack you. You stay in low vibe energy, you become an easy target. The more you raise your vibration, the more you learn self-love, the more that you learn that you are worthy. All of these things, once you start learning that, and you start to build your vibration higher and higher, these attacks have no effect on you. But if you continue to stay in low vibe energy, they most certainly will. Okay, let's go ahead and get some angel messages for you. These are the guardian angel message cards. And so we're going to go ahead and shuffle these, because I know that sometimes people want to see, the reader shuffle on YouTube. I personally don't like to do it a lot, because to me it's a lot of waste of time, and I don't know why you want to see me shuffle cards, but I'm doing it for your benefit. So what we're doing this for is we are just going to get some messages of, what the angels are helping you with at this time. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, so the first one, angel of communication. So you see right here, we started off with miscommunication. So that tells me that the angels are working on this for you because this is where you are struggling right now. We have angel of new beginning. So as you are going into this new beginning, you want to be sure to clear out anything that is not for your highest good, the emotions, the shadow work that needs to be done to heal, or whatever the case may be, because you are getting a new beginning. You do not, and let me say that again, you do not want to walk into a new beginning trying to do the same old stuff on a different day. It's not going to work, for one. And two, it's just going to prolong your cycles from not closing out. So you want a new beginning, you got to do new things. You got to go into it with a new mindset, right along with this card here. Angel of grounding. So grounding is really about your emotions being grounded and not all over the place. Okay. You've got angel of past lives. So this could be a past life situation that you are dealing with, and maybe you're getting some karma from a past life too, which is very relevant for now. We've got angel of procrastination. Again, you have been inconsistent. You haven't been doing things for your highest good. And so the procrastination angel is coming in to help with that. We got the angel of health, which says to me, not only are you not doing things consistently, but you're probably not taking care of yourself very well, and your health could be in question. So the angel of health is here. We have the angel of tranquility. So this is really to bring you some peace right now. We've got the angel of determination to help you get around that procrastination, to help you keep moving through this time of shadow work. We've got angel of gratitude to help you see how truly blessed you are, because sometimes when we are in the midst of doing a lot of things, we forget to say thank you. We forget to say, you know what, I made it up to this point by the grace of God, the grace of Spirit, grace of universe, whatever you call, the entity that made us all, whatever you relate to. I mean, even if you don't relate to anything, most people that I talk to that are not that are even atheists say that they understand that there's a greater power out there, right? So however you relate to that, but it's really about stepping into gratitude. And if you really want things to change, you have to be thankful for what you have. You have to be thankful for the lessons, because a lot of times we step into shadow work and we think things are happening to us instead of for us. And though it's painful, very painful, um, it is all about you changing your perspective, and understanding that this was all for your good. And you will see that on the other side of it. But when you're in the midst of it, it's hard. I know. Angel of balance. You got angel of balance, angel of grounding. You've got angel of tranquility. So really trying to step in and really help you again out of sync, right? Angel of learning. Again, the lesson. Are you learning the lesson? Are you learning that you are worthy? Are you learning that you're enough? Are you learning that you can have whatever you have put your mind to, as long as you have aligned to the thing you're asking for, meaning vibration? And the last thing, angel of encouragement, helping you to feel differently, to step into a different kind of mindset, and to keep moving. So I do hope that this helps you, Cancer. Much love and light, Lady T.